What's good, everybody? Bearded Paddler back here. Welcome to the channel. Want to do a quick video on just going to walk through one of the most overlooked boats of the Jackson lineup. So when I say overlooked, I'm talking about something that may be just a little bit lower of a budget, but wants a good stable platform, good weight capacity, something they can fish off of, but something that's going to handle your rivers and creeks as well. And I'm talking about the Jackson Stacks. So STAXX. The name implies that you can stack them together, and that's exactly what you can do with it. But we're going to talk about it. We're going to run through some features of this boat and why this may be the right boat for you. All right, guys, so here it is. So this is the model you're seeing here. This is a 2022, but 2023, it's the same exact kayak, some different color schemes. They have some different, Jackson's one of the companies that they change their color schemes every year. I love that because they kind of keep it fresh. One thing you're going to be able to do in this kayak this year is you're going to be able to get the stacks now in that I call Old Reliable, that forest camo. So that's going to be really nice as well. The kayak is going to retail. It retails now for $8.99. I believe it was $9.19 last year. So they've actually gone back on the pricing a little bit, maybe to separate it a little bit from the bite. So Jackson Bite, that's a little bit of a step up. It's a foot longer, a little bit more of a weight capacity, and the seating is a little different. But these are really nice. I've been in one of these myself. Again, I like it because the boat weighs 64 pounds. It's a Jackson kayak. It's that sub $1,000 mark. There's a lot of features in here that maybe doesn't jump out at you, but they're there. And it's got a 375 pound weight capacity to it. So for a 10.5 foot boat, and again, guys, that is an actual weight capacity. That does not include the boat. I've seen people load these down. It still performs well, but I'll kind of go over a couple things for you, some things I love about the boat, maybe some things I wish they'd change about it, but nothing crazy here. So starting off, first and foremost, again, went over the price, the weight capacity. Again, the boat only weighs 64 pounds, so that's going to be that great throw and go platform that a lot of people like to see. Nice open deck space, which I'm a big fan of, and I love that Jackson does that on a lot of their models. Really nice storage up here. You got the crisscross bungee for dry bags, for camping gear, tackle, anything like that. So want to get down here. You've also got these little rod stagers. So if you wanted to lay a fishing rod down, that'll kind of keep it hugged in there. You've got this nice little V shape here. That's going to allow water, if you get water in here, to drain right back out. It's kind of slanted downward to run it. You've got scupper holes down the middle, so the water is going to drain right back underneath you. Adjustable foot pegs, which are really nice. So this little part here, this is where the keel on the bottom lays into. So this is designed, like the name implies, to stack on top of each other. And how that happens is your seat folds all the way back, and you can see this little divot back here. That is where the keel on the back, it's got that little skid plate. It rests in there. The keel goes here. One point I would make is I would make sure the foot pedals are moved all the way forward so the bottom of the hole is not pressing against those. But it's a really good option for somebody that may not have a trailer or a whole lot of space. Put them in the back of a truck. I'm a huge fan of Jackson's molded in handles. Those are also really good tie down points if you are doing more than one in the back of a truck or just one. But the way I usually do it, I'll lay this back, I'll stack one on top of it, I'll run a strap from your back hooks on your truck bed through these both if you got more than one there, and then same thing on the back. So it gives you good securement. So the seat here, you can see it's got that nice Jackson seat frame on the backrest that does go backward and forward. This is like a marine matting material. It's really nice, but some people say that they may want more cushion on there. So what do? Kayak cushion. Bam. Now you've got for an extra 60 bucks, now you've got a really phenomenal seat on a good budget kayak. So I kind of joke, but also that's a really good option if the seat is the only thing really kind of making you worry about the stacks. Again, I run a fishing kayak with a big frame seat on it, comfortable seat. I still run those kayak cushions. So usually once someone gets that on there, that changes their mind completely on that. Another thing I love about this boat is see how the seat raises up? You're sitting up a little higher. So you're not sitting down in the hull. Also what that does is if you do get water in it, you're not sitting in it. And if you do get water up here, you can see you got a little gunnel, and then down here with that scupper, that's gonna help that water drain out really nicely. So you are sitting up a little bit higher. You do get a little bit of a wider kayak, so you're getting that stability in there as well. You got a little storage hatch here. So I love this because it just unscrews, pops off, and you got the little kind of a mesh gear sack there. So you can put small items there. That's your keys, your phone, your wallet. That is pretty tight as far as the storage goes. Again, if you're putting your phone in there, if you got something you don't want to get wet at all, make sure you're investing in some kind of waterproof storage, maybe a phone sleeve or something. But from my experience with it, it's been pretty tight. Behind the seat here, so this is really nice, and this is something that a lot of people don't notice on this kayak. So right there, guys, that is where your cooler goes. You can throw some gear track here or some pad eyes, run a strap across that cooler or that tackle crate setup. What that allows you to do is you can run your crate or your cooler, and you could still run more gear back here. So I like it's kind of separated, it's segmented there. Told you about the little divot here. That's for the keel. I'll show you exactly. That's where that sits in. And you do have that skid plate, that sacrificial skid plate. So again, you can drag it. You can drag it around. Don't have to worry about it. And then those skid plates cost a few, just a couple of bucks, and anybody can put those on and off. So again, tough kayak. Jackson makes their hulls a little thicker. It does make for a heavier boat sometimes, but it also gives you that better weight capacity, that better stability, and just, in my opinion, a tougher kayak. You can see the little these little buttons here. So those aren't actually what I would call actual bolts. You can hand unscrew these. They're just thread savers. So you can see there, you got the little threaded inserts molded into the kayak. That's where you can bolt an accessory mounting plate that Jackson makes for these boats. They do the same thing for the Bite as well. It's a plate that goes over the top of this. It comes with hardware that screws into these inserts. That's where you can mount your trolling motor, your power pole accessory, your stake anchoring system. You can do that on this kayak. So you don't have to buy a $1,500, a $2,000 kayak to motorize it. So is this the best kayak out there to motorize? Of course not, but it is something that you can do. The hull is reinforced back here. It's going to handle that. So again, if you're not looking to get, if you just want something simple, you throw like a cheap motor back there, you can do that. You can buy the accessory for that. So you've heard everything I like about it. I like the handles. I like the ability to just, throw a pad up there. It changes that boat, in my opinion, for a really small cost. And what do I not like about it? What do I wish they changed? I wish they would sell this with gear track. That sounds like a really small thing. I know Jackson has always done a good job of trying to minimize certain things to keep the price point at a manageable level. And let's be honest, kayaks have gone up a lot here in the last couple of years. The plastics that these are made out of is it's a petroleum-based plastic. So when you see your oil prices and your gases going up, that does affect the raw material cost for the manufacturers. So keep that in mind too. Not everybody wants to charge too much for a kayak, so they try to do things to minimize the price increases from year to year. Jackson actually went down on this one, so I liked seeing that get down below that $900 mark again. They do sell a gear track kit for it. So I've got it right here. It is from Jackson. You can get it on their website. It's aluminum track. It's $45. It's called the Stacks Tracks Kit. And what it does is it adds the track here, and also they give you some smaller track to add here and here for some additional tie downs. So not a bad value there. Honestly, even if it raised the price of the boat, I kind of wish they just add that to it and then just not worry about the extra kit, because it's always good to have your accessory rail, maybe additional rod holders, things like that. And really, there's kayaks that are a little bit cheaper than that have that already integrated, even if it's the composite instead of the aluminum tracks. But even then, I just, even if it raised the price, again, I would like to see that included on there. And that may be something that changes in the future, of course. But guys, who's this best for? So this is best for your beginning paddler that wants a little bit more stability, maybe throwing in some larger ponds, some lakes, some rivers. It's a good throw and go boat, and it's a Jackson. Guys, I'm a big fan of Jackson. I'm not biased by any means, but there's things about Jackson kayaks that I absolutely love, and there's things about Jackson kayak that, all kayaks can improve. But to me, the Stacks, it's a good budget kayak for someone who doesn't want to get like something too heavy duty. The best thing I can say about the Stacks is it's a heavy duty kayak in a smaller package. So not everybody can do a 12-foot kayak or longer. This is that 10.5-foot kayak. Really good, really easy to store, really easy to haul, more than one. There's a lot of different options you have there. But let me know what you think about the Stacks. Do you have experience in the Stacks? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What did you use it for? Let us know in the comments. One thing Jackson also, that I forgot, they did change in 22 and in 23. So this right here, a lot of people had issues with these buckles snapping because this wrapped around the seat. Now they've got the pivot plate on there, and that's really helped that issue out a lot. So again, Jackson's always kind of making little tweaks. They've also reinforced the hull back here, just to kind of make it a little tougher on the back as well. But guys, if you're in the market for a Stacks, you can't go wrong with it. The seating, if you sit in it, you maybe want more padding. I showed you here with kayak cushion. It's really easy to fix. So let me know. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the support. We'll see you on the next video, and be safe out there, guys.